Sorry about that. I knew something was not right when I first got on. I don't know why this happens to me, but it does. So I'm going to try it again, and let's see if it will work this time. I just knew it. Something just didn't feel right. Okay. We are right side up this time. So thank you, Jesus. All right, so it's Lori from Lollipop Paper and Ink. Today is Wednesday, so we're doing our Wednesday Lunchtime Live. If you're new to my videos or my Facebook Lives, I am a Stampin' Up, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and you can visit my blog here, lollipoppaperandink.com. That's where I have all my recent projects, and I post all promotions, classes, clubs, notices from Stampin' Up, so you can find everything there that you need. So today is a mini class. So what that means is that we're going to do 3 projects, 2 cards, and usually one 3D item. And what happens? Then if you place an order anytime between now and Saturday at midnight, because I place the order that I need on Sunday, so that it's in the system by Monday morning. But any $35 order that you place using this host code, I will send you mid next week the kits to make these 3 projects that we're going to be working on today. So that's how that works. Let me tell you, last week my video was so horrible. I still don't know what the problem was with that, but I never got a chance to ask you to share and to share the video, so we'll have to just scratch that. But if you share this video either here live with the replay or once I load it up to YouTube, my prize patrol for next week, I will be giving, this is my last celebration item, brand new. It was the lovely lily pad stamp set with the reversible stamps and also the dies to go with that. So if you share it, I will draw a name for all my sharers, which I completely appreciate, you know that. And so we can do that next week. All right, so that's that. Today we are working on this gorgeous Forever Fern Bundle. And when I first saw it, I was like, all right, it's a lot of leaves, and okay, but when you see the prints that it makes, the images are gorgeous. Look at how many dies we get with this group too, and they're gorgeous. I just love it, and you'll love it too. So this is what we're going to be working with today, but let me tell you, this is also the bundle that I'm using for my online class, my June online class, and we're right smack in the middle of the registration for that. So registration opened on Monday, it will close on Sunday. So let me show you all your goodies that you will get with the online class. You get excuse me, you get oh boy, I got so excited. Sorry, I lost my voice now. So with any of my online classes, you're going to get the kits to make 6 projects, 2 each of 3 designs. So these are the 3 designs that are going to be, that you're going to get the kits for. So all of the DSP will be there, and actually the DSP is usually included, and in this case it will be. Everyone will be getting a I don't know if you can see this, it might be too shiny, but this is what I do with my DSP packs so that I have an easy reference to the beautiful colors. And then here on the side I have the cardstock that coordinates with these colors. So this obviously is, all of our beautiful greens. So you'll get a half a pack of this Forever Greenery DSP, and you'll get well, you'll get a ribbon. This is the Forever Greenery combo ribbon pack, which we'll be working with today too. Now I know this is on back order and it's not due back until mid-July, I think the 13th. So, you know, so that will be a little bit delayed. But the paper's good. This is a little bit on back order. You also get a full pack of the holiday rhinestones. Not sure why they're holiday rhinestones. They're good for all year. And that's part of your package. So you get six kits to do 2 each of these cards. Pretty, huh? And I use the embossing folders, which we'll be using those today also for these. Now also, you always have the option, there's always 3 or 4, actually 4 options, because you could always just get the PDFs if you just want those. But if you add on the bundle, then you get an additional 3 cards. You don't get the kits for this, but there's 3. I know there's only 2 here because I already gave 1 away. But I have all the PDF information on it. So you'll get a total of 6, you'll get these 6 kits, and you get an additional PDF to do 3 additional cards as I have them here. So, and there's always the option of just getting the kits and the products. You don't have to add on the bundle if you have it yourself, or you want to just add something that you have at home, that's fine too. So, like I said, registration is, and I think it's, what did I say that was? $37.50 for just the kits. And then if you wanted to add on the bundle, then, you know, that's one of the options. And then the 4th option is just the PDFs for all 6 of these projects. Okay, so that's my online class. Because of the delays and the back orders, I am placing my order, which I don't usually do, but lately I've been placing my orders as my people join, as they come into the class, because I'm checking the inventory status report every day, and I want to make sure that we don't miss out on too much of it. I do know that the ribbon is on back order, so we're just going to have to deal with that. Okay, so these are the cards for today. We have these 2 projects. These just very simple card projects. This one here, it's just pretty much one of those cards where the DSP is the focal point and it does all the work for you. This one is just literally simple stamping. There was nothing else to do with this. I just added a little bit of cardstock to the back. And this one is my favorite. I always love to do something a little bit 3D. This is one of our acetate boxes that we have, that you can find them in the back of the book somewhere. And I should have had that out. But so anyway, going back to the bundle, it's on the suite is called the Forever Greenery Suite, and it is on page 108 of the new catalog. And the acetate boxes are usually around like where the envelopes are, and here they are. So that would be on page 152, and those are up here. So I thought it would be so nice. These dies are so gorgeous, and I use the embossing folder here, that how beautiful that would be to give somebody a gift of cards and decorate the box the same as the cards. So I'll show you. This will fit at least 4 cards with envelopes when we're done. All right, so that we'll save that for last. Again, if you use the host code, any order, it doesn't have to be this stuff, any order $35 or more before tax and shipping, using that host code, I will send you these. You can already get this PDF on my blog now. It was scheduled to go off at like 10 something this morning. So you can see on these project sheets, I have all the supplies listed and all of the measurements that we took. So we don't have to worry about the measurements as we're going along here. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let's start with this one. Like I said, and as usual, I don't want you to have to watch me do all the die cutting and the embossing when you know how to do that, and you just need to see the finished project here. So this here is, we're just going to do very little stamping. Now normally what I would do, I don't know why I have two, I would always stamp first my sentiment and then emboss. But I didn't want to take the time to do that. So we are going to just wing it and see how that comes out if I just try to do a really good job with my stamping. All right, and this was from the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder, and this one is this is part of that Tasteful Touches suite, or I'm not sure if that's the name of the suite or the name of the bundles. I think it's the bundle, but this is gorgeous, another gorgeous one. And so I just ran this through, the dimensions are on the project sheet, and we're just going to lay this on with my snail. Now we have a new adhesive. The snail is kind of retired or retiring, and there's two different kinds. One is called Stampin' Seal, and the other is Seal Plus. So they say it's just as good as Tombow or tear and tape. So we'll see, because I try to use Tombow, not all the time, but tear and tape, especially for 3D items. But they're saying it will work fine for 3D items. Okay, so I'm just going to center it to the top center and place that on there with my dimensionals. Okay, and so let's do some stamping. This, very little stamping actually, because like I said, you can do this. That's the DSP sometimes does all the work for you, and why mess with that? The DSP and the embossing folder, you're good to go. So no worries there. So I'm just gonna, I don't know how this is gonna come out, because I normally would have done it the other way, but I wanted to save time. So, and we'll see if I get it on straight. Who knows? Who knows? Because sometimes my label, my little sticker isn't on very straight. Okay. You can still read it, it's fine. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of that, put that on my chamois so it doesn't get, these dark greens really do me in sometimes. I was covered yesterday with I think it's the shaded spruce sometime. I guess it just doesn't like me. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to put a dimensional just on the outside here. And did I bring my little ones? I think, yeah. I think I'm going to put a little one right here on this side. But mainly, this will keep it exactly where I want it. So I'm just going to put this over here. Okay, and I want this to be a little bit off to the side, but level. There you go. See, look how simple and how quick this is. So, okay, so now what I did here was I took a piece of this. This was from that, which I showed you from my online class. This is the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack, and beautiful ribbons, both of them. And unfortunately, it's on back order, which makes me sad, but we'll get it eventually. We will get it, and maybe sooner than later. So what I did here was I just took a piece, and I wanted it to be like frayed. I didn't want it to be very just like, intertwined with it. So really all I did was I just took it and frayed it myself by just splitting it down the middle. Now it gets a little tricky trying to tie a bow like this. So I'm going to give it a try, but I have a backup just in case, because it took me a while to get it. And then if you mess up, oh, I shouldn't be talking when I'm doing it. See, I messed up. but I kind of like it. Yeah, see, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to just be very an unconventional bow, and I think I'm going to keep it just like that. I'll give it a little trim. Those little wild pieces. I like it. It's almost like it has just one tail instead of two. All right, so now this is so fine and so just fine is, I guess, is the best word for it, that you have to, I messed it up completely when I tried to put it on like I normally do with my ribbons on the glue dot. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to make my glue dot as tiny as possible, and I'm going to just put that on there first. It will give me a better base of not pulling this, because that's what I did yesterday or the other day when I was doing this, I don't remember. So I made a mental note to keep it, and we can just trim these, get them all to behave the same way. Yeah, I like it. And there you go. So cute, right? And so easy to do. Okay, I got that in there. All right, so that's our first project done. Now, I'll bring that back out later. So our next project is the stamping. I mean, that's all it is stamping. And I don't usually, usually I have a lot of layers on my cards and I have a lot of embellishments, but this time it was just really just simple stamping, and I think it turned out really pretty. And because these images are so pretty, and I don't want that, then it just makes it for you. So for the first card, I wanted to showcase the DSP because that's so beautiful. For this one, I wanted to showcase the images, the stamped images, because they are so beautiful. So really all I did here was, I think the first thing I did was to put, and I do love this Pretty Peacock, so no, that's not pretty, the Shaded Spruce. And this is where I completely mess up my hands. I don't know how just bear with me. All right, so I'm going to do this, put this right here in the corner, just so I know how far up to put my images. Okay, that's good. That one can go onto the chamois and just stay there. I am going to be using this again, so I do have to leave it out a little bit. So I think for the other ones, I just used like practically all my greens. I was just like, all right, come on, whatever green I have, and I just went a little crazy with it. I have Pear Pizzazz, I have Soft Seafoam, and I have Garden Green. Okay, well, let me do this first before I, because this one here, my larger main piece is the Shaded Spruce, because I wanted that to be coordinated with the cardstock and with our sentiment here. Okay, and you could, stamp off if you want, but I wanted this one to be pretty dark to pull that up. Okay, let's get rid of that. And then, and let me close this baby. My favorite stamp, which is so weird, but because I don't even know what it is, but is this one here with the little berries or balls. I don't know, but I just love that. And I think for that one, I may have used, I think I just used the Garden Green. And I think I'm going to stamp off on this one because I want it to be, I don't want it to be in competition with the other dark green one. But I just love that. I just love that color and that image. All right, so then we have just these little guys of the greens, and I think for those I used the, there's two, which is very cool, two of the leaf images, so you don't have everything leaning in one way, which is very natural looking when you're doing botanicals. And let me just do one more here. And then the best part is this little background stamp. And let me get rid of this. And I did that in Fair Pizzazz. I wanted it to be just a little bit different. And this you can just have fun with. Just do whatever you want with it. And you can stamp off, you can stamp on, you can go over, you don't have to worry about messing images. That makes the whole scene just come to life. And you can move them around a little, have some fun with it. It get carried away. I could do that all day. All right, and there we go. So we're just going to put this together real quick, and we will have our second one done. And let's see. So I think that the video is better today. Let me know if you are watching. It looks like it's not so grainy as it was last week. I don't know what it is. I have all sorts of boosters here. You know, and I'm not that far away from the router, so I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those days where everything was. Oh, you see, I have a few pieces of that gold. I guess I'll be finding that all over the place now. Okay, and then this is just going to go right on top here. There we go. Beautiful. Our second card. Perfect. See how easy. Okay, 2 down. Let's do our decorated box. Now this one has very little stamping. Well, before I put my inks totally away, let me put, whoops, and I can't find that one. Oh, I think it's because, let me see, where is my, all right, this is all of our stuff for here. Okay, that's my ribbon. Now this one I used these folders, which are part of the Forever Greenery Suite, and it's 2 folders, and they're the slim ones. So these work fine in our Big Shot or our embossing machines now, and they will be perfect for the the mini emboss machine when we get that. So this is the one that I used, and the measurements, you'll have them, but this was 5.5 by 3, I believe, and I just ran it through. So it is slim, so you're not going to get a full, a full card layer on there. So I thought this would be perfect for running around the acetate box. So that's what I used for this, okay? And that comes with a double pack. For here, I used, let me get this out here. First I had white, because I just always go with the Whisper White when I'm doing my stamping. But then when I put it all together, I thought the white was too, it just stuck out too much. So what I did for the sentiment here, I wanted just a little, like a For You, or, so this one worked out great, just because. And I got this from another, this is the Lovely You stamp set, which is from the brand new catalog. And it's adorable. It's a bundle too, if you wanted to get the stamp, the punch with it. Okay, so these are the acetate boxes, and I showed you where they were in the catalog. And you get, how many do you get? You get 10 in a pack, and they are perfect for gift giving, and especially for cards. It fits perfectly, it's nice to decorate, and that's what we're going to do today. So we just want to fold over and just furnish all those corners to get it to be a box. Okay. And I did, you could decorate it as it was flat, but I don't. I usually just do it here. Oh good, thanks Nancy. I'm glad that the reception is much better today. I was so upset last week that that did not work the way I wanted it to. So These Facebook Lives are teaching me to be patient and flexible, which my kids say I am not, but I disagree. All right, so this is going to be the top. This is a nice, strong, straight bottom for us. So I have all of my pieces here that I either just cropped out from the dies or I stamped and then cropped. So let me show you those dies again. What do I do with those? These dies here, this one and this one, they're not for stamped images. They're just going to crop out these beautiful images just the way they are. They don't need to, there's no stamp that coordinates with this. So that's always a nice extra bonus. And so what I did was, of course, I took my favorite one and I stamped it. And then first I stamped it on Whisper White. I didn't like it. I felt like it should have been more natural, especially when I put my ribbon on. Now this ribbon is the same ribbon that is the Forever Greenery trim ribbon. I'll show you how I did that in a little bit. But it was just two contrasts, so I switched it out and I'm using Very Vanilla. And that's what you'll see on the project sheet also. So these little goodies came from another item that was in that suite, and that one is called, let me make sure I have that. That is called Forever Gold Specialty Designer Series paper, and it's got lined with tissue, and it's gorgeous. There's all sorts of cutouts for embellishment and beautiful, sparkly. And of course, what I do, I went right for my little bubble top on my plant and on my element. So yeah, so that's all part of the suite also. All right, so let's get started. Oh, I wanted to stamp first so that I don't, so I can get rid of all these ink pads. I use this little guy is from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which I'm so happy to find something that fits in this little, the smallest one, because I always thought that was the nicest one for like just a nice sentiment. All right, so I know I have it out. I saw it. Here it is. Okay. All right. Now, I don't know if this is straight, but I'm just going to wing it. Let me just make sure. Oh, not too bad. And I love this font. I love all the fonts. That's why I bought that stamp set, is because of the beautiful fonts. And this fits perfectly. Excuse my head. Oh, perfect. Alrighty. Okay, so now let's get rid of this. And all we're doing now is layering. Okay, so this is 5.5, like I said. I don't want to lose this guy. And the only scoring that we have to do is I took off, just so that it could have a nice crisp little corner to it, I'm going to score it at just 1/2 inch on either side. And that will let me just, it will just make it easier to turn that down. Okay, so I'm going to score it on both sides. And your trimmer is fine for this. Okay, did that work? Why did that not work? I didn't see it. Okay, there we go. All right, so we can get rid of this. And let's just fold these over. Okay, give it a test. Make sure that, depends if you want to have the larger flower, more of the image on the top right or the bottom left. Okay, so to keep this on, I'm going to use my tear and tape. Now, maybe Tombow would work too, I'm not sure, but I just always go with it's safe. Better safe than sorry, right? Okay, one side. And two sides. And I didn't put one in the middle, but you can if you think it's gonna buckle up a little bit, but I think it should be fine. All right, so these are going on first. I'm just gonna center it and put my, there we go. Okay, we're good. All right, so now it's just a question of layering. I cropped out my 2 here, and you just want to, you can say, what I did here was I didn't even glue them all down because I wanted to give it a little bit of movement too. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the leaves, just in little spotty areas. A little bit more on the bottom if you want. And then I just layered it on, one by one. You can stick your hand in there if you need a little extra tension to make that work. And here's my other one. And then I wanted to have a little bit of a darker color, so I added this guy on here. And this is going to go right on top. And it's all going to get covered with your ribbon. And all right, so then I think I'm going to add this guy, and he is just going to be sort of at the bottom there. So, and they are very fragile. So just be gentle with them, but considering how many there were in that package, and well, I didn't try to get them all out, but what I got out seemed to work perfectly. All right, so I'm going to put this on, but first I want to put on, I want this other, my little berry one, my favorite, to just pop out of the top. Okay. All right. And of course, this is the best reason for the silicone pad, is because you can layer your glue on here, and then you don't have to worry about it. You just come back a minute later, and it's all good. Okay, so this is going to go right there again, right onto the top part there, and then we're done, almost. So what I did here was I took my the thicker, the wider thread from the ribbon combo, the Forever Greenery, and it was a little too thick to make a nice bow. So what I did was I just go right down the middle. Whoops. Okay, turn it over. And this way it gives you, and again, I like that frayed look to it. I think it makes it look so nice and natural. And you can fray it as much as you want. And you get 2 pieces out of it, so you make the ribbon last even a little bit longer. All right, I think that should be good enough. And the more you play with it, the more it's going to fray. So you just do it to whatever your heart's content as to how much you want it frayed. I just think it looks so natural. And then even once you've got your bow going, you could always give it a little zhuzh and make it smaller, make it larger, whatever you want, and then you could even fray the edges even more. So we don't want it too big though, because we don't want to take away from the sentiment and the beautiful die cuts. Okay, so again with this one, I'm going to put this on first. I'm going to put my sentiment on first, and I'm not going to mess with a glue dot, because the glue dots, I will put the glue dot on like I did before, because when you try to put it on with the ribbon, and if you want to keep all this frayed threads coming out, then you might have to redo it a few times. So let me just get rid of that one there. Okay, open this guy a little bit up, and my glue dots, I'm gonna put them right here. And this gun, again, small as you can make it, You don't really want it to show, but it won't, because everyone's eyes are going to be on the beautiful die cuts. And there you go. Now let me show you how you can put in your beautiful cards to give it as a gift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 cards here. No envelopes, so I would always provide an envelope too with my gifts. And I don't want to ruin my bows. Look how nicely that fits in there. You just have to get that lip up, which you can do after you put it in there. Come on. Oh boy. This is bent down a little bit. All right. Okay. So look how pretty that is. Who would not want this as a gift? A beautiful decorated box. And you can put a little seal here, a little, a mailing seal or tape or whatever, just to keep that closed. But look how beautiful that is. And who wouldn't want that? And just because, I mean, exactly, just because. It's just a beautiful idea, and it's a beautiful way to give and to share our cards that we do. This one is not usually this difficult. But I guess once you put, I would probably just put like a little plastic seal on top. And once you do it, I'm just futzing with it, but I should just leave it alone. It's gonna be fine. All right, so those are our 3 projects for our mini class for today, for our Lunchtime Live. I hope you enjoyed it. Just remember, if you, big thing I almost forgot to mention is, if you love this stamp set, this bundle, which why wouldn't you? Where is it? There is a way that you can actually get this for free. I don't know if you've heard of it yet, but Stampin' Up is having a special just for, here it is, just for the month of June. So believe it or not, I can't believe we're already halfway through. But anyone who purchases the starter kit this month, it's always, you pay $99, you get $125 worth of product. But now you get all that and you get to pick a free bundle. Now this bundle is $54, I think, or $52.50, something like that. So you can choose anyone. There's even a bundle there that's $60, and there's no limit. You can get a $6 one, a $30 one, whatever you choose, on top of your additional $26 additional products, because you're only paying for $99. You're getting free shipping, so that's another additional 10%. But this is a fantastic deal to just purchase the starter kit. You'll be on your way to getting your 20% discount on all future products, on all future orders, and you get to join my team, and we have a lot of fun, and we have meetings, and we go out together, and virtual meetings for the ones that are too far away. So anyway, I'll have the link at the bottom to check it out. But you only have a few more weeks, but you can get this or any bundle, whether it's a punch bundle or a die bundle. You can get any of them for free. So think about that. Okay, that's it. That's our class for today. I thank you so much for joining me. Place your order, anything over $35. You will get the kits for all these. That includes one of these acetate boxes, and maybe yours will be behaving better than mine. And all the card projects, the projects that I have here, the paper, the DSP. I don't supply the stamped images, so I'm not allowed to do that. So you would have to have the stamp set yourself. But everything else that I can supply you, I will. All right, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you have a great day. Share this video so you have a chance to get the bundle, from the Lovely Lily bundle next week. I'll be giving that out. And be sure, if you're checking this out on the YouTube channel, to go to hit that little bell so that you subscribe and you get notifications so you don't miss my next one. All right, thanks again. I really enjoy these times. It's crazy. But yeah, I look forward to these Wednesday lunchtime lives. So anyway, have a great day. Stay safe. Bye for now.